Hello there, my name is Colin Nanaya Abebresa, and you are welcome to His Gov TV. In today's lesson or episode, we are going to look at puberty rite in pre-colonial Ghana, and basically we will watch a documentary on the puberty rite, about a short documentary about the puberty rite. But before we begin with that documentary, let's take a look at our lesson objectives for today. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to highlight the processes involved in puberty rite initiation among the Akans and the Krobo. And so we will take two of these rites. We will look at the Akan, that's the Bragoro among the Akan, and then it is also called Dipo among the Krobo. So we will take a look at how it is done, the processes involved for these young girls. And then we also take a look at you should also be able to explain the significance of the puberty rite celebration in the Ghanaian society, in pre-colonial Ghanaian society, and even today, how relevant is this rite to, the girl child. And you can agree with me that there has been a whole lot of backlash in the performance of this rite. A lot of people have issues with how the puberty rite is done. But before we even go in and look at the documentary, to me, I think that puberty rite is not a bad thing. Really, it's not a bad thing. I think if you look at the rationale behind for the rite, it's not bad. The rite essentially is there to promote chastity among young girls, But I agree that probably how it is done today is somehow becoming problematic. But I think if you look at what is happening in our communities, whereby you come across teenage pregnancy everywhere, I think the rite would be a very good thing to actually put an end to some of these teenage pregnancies. Well, I don't know what you think about the celebration of the puberty rite. Do you think it should be cancelled like the FGM, the genital mutilation, female genital mutilation, or you think it should continue, but then because something might be done? Well, let me hear your views in the comment section. Now, the puberty rite was the second stage in the rite of passage of every individual, especially the girl child, and it was a transition from childhood to adulthood. So it is believed that the girl child was now moving into from a childhood to a adulthood, and therefore this rite was performed for this child or this girl child, so that the girl will now become aware of herself that I am now an adult, and therefore there are of course certain things that I used to do as a kid that I am not supposed to do it anymore, because if I do it, of course something might happen. And so it is done to make the girl aware of it. Now, mostly girls who are between the ages of 10 and 15, they are the ones who normally undergoes the rite, and it is basically because at the age of 10, most girls have had their first menstruation, and the rite is done for girls who have had their first menstruation, who have never seen a man before or slept with any man before. And so basically, to me, the rite is done in celebration of virgins, and I don't think that being a virgin, is that wrong in our traditional setting, or even in our Christendom. And so I don't see the reason why some churches, prevent their children from engaging in the rite. I don't see any satanic motive behind that. So you can share your view in the comment section for us if you think that the rite should be abolished or continued, and the changes are probably you may prefer. But before you do that, you watch this documentary, and share with us your view in the comment section, and we'll be glad to hear from you. The puberty rite is the second stage of the rites of passage in the Ghanaian traditional setting. It is the period between childhood and adulthood. It is performed between the ages of 12 and 15, depending on the time the girl child had her first menstruation. It is also an occasion to announce to the whole community that the girl has attained adult life. In Ghana, when people attain puberty stage, especially girls, the older generation prepared to go through her important transition from her childhood to adulthood as an important aspect of socialization of the individuals. Puberty rite is more pronounced in certain communities than others. Among the Akans, there is the Bragoro for the child in transition from childhood to adulthood. The Krobo people also have Dipo rite for the girls upon the attainment of puberty. The Bragoro is performed for the traditional girl soon after the menstrual cycle. Among some Akan people, all girls due to the Bragoro are assembled by the elderly women to go through the initiation in a collective manner in the community. During the initiation, there is a period in which the girls are confined by the elderly women to learn the rudiments of Akan adult life, such as social life. The elderly women take the opportunity to impart their rich experience in the fast maturing youth so that they could grow in a more responsible manner. Another highlight of the Akan Bragoro rite is the preparation and eating of brato, which is a salt-free mashed yam with egg. The initiates are expected to munch the egg since chewing is considered as a bad omen. It is strongly believed that the Bragoro initiate who chews the Bragoro egg could end up becoming infertile in the future. On the other hand, among the Krobo, Dipo rite is performed when the girls are in the process of attaining maturity. The rite is described as kroyo, meaning making a Krobo woman. The initiates are usually summoned in the name of Nene Kolowiki or the F deity to go through the rite. There is also of confinement of the initiates to go through social education. The puberty rite performed in Ghana is still relevant as it helps to prepare the initiate for adult life. During the period of the confinement of the initiates, they are made to go through social training. This helps to complement the young women for a responsible life. Another basis for puberty rite is that it helps to reduce incident of early sex among the youth in the society. In societies where puberty rite is strictly enforced, there are sanctions against people who commit premarital sex. Among the Akan, such girls are tagged as chiribra or haters of the menses and are made to go through a humiliating ritual. This is to help deter others from copying their bad examples. Puberty rite is still relevant in Ghanaian society in that it serves religious purposes. Especially in the course of the initiation, the young women are made to go through some religious processes. Among the Krobo, for example, the Dipo girls are summoned in the name of the F deity. By name, this is done to invoke her blessings upon the initiates, to invoke the blessing of the supernatural powers upon them as they enter womanhood. Also, it also offers the youth the opportunity to identify with the history and other important things about their culture. During the period of confinement, the older generations take the opportunity to enlighten the younger generation to promote societal harmony. Another basis for puberty rite is the fact that it brings honor and dignity to the young women and also their parents. When a girl successfully goes through the rite pertaining to puberty, it means she has conducted herself well This enhances the respect and regard the society has for her. Such girls could attract well-meaning men for husbands in future. If eventually they get married in the future, they are likely to the toast of their husband.